I used to be a runner in high school and college, and in my late 30s, I began to jog. Early wave of joggers, one of the most foolish things I ever did. And I was jogging near my house in Washington. I was an assistant attorney general of the United States, best friend of the attorney general of the United States, and I was jogging near my house. Um, and a police kind of came by. Fortunately, I had my Justice Department credentials in my hip pocket. Boy! I kept on jogging. My hair was beginning to gray, and I'm jogging along. Boy! I keep on jogging. Hey, you boy! Spotlight on me. Boy, you better stop! I figured I better stop. And so I stop, and two white cops get out, slam me up against a wall, spread my legs, and then spray my legs hit me pretty hard between the legs, and it hurt very much. And I kept saying, look in my back pocket, reach in my back pocket. Boy, you robbed a store. Boy this, boy that, boy. They pulled out this thing, and it was a nice leather thing that said I was a Justice Department official. Oh, they melted. Oh, you look just like we had a call, and you just like it fits you too, sir. Blah 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 blah. Well, of course, I called the police chief the minute I got home, and those guys were suspended and disciplined. If I had had no credentials in my pocket, I would have been in jail that night. Middle class, 37-year-old father of two children, doing nothing more than jogging. And that's not the only time it happened to me. Well, if it would happen to me, imagine what would happen to a 17-year-old black kid in the inner
So,
city.
my name is Penny Franklin. I'm a lifelong resident of Montgomery County, Virginia, and I want to tell you a story about a situation that was probably one of the most traumatizing I have had in many, many, many years. So, I was checking into a high-end resort in Dallas, Texas. I was attending an executive council meeting with my international union. I arrived about 10:30 in the morning and thought I'd probably have to wait for a room, but to my surprise, they put me right in a room. When I got into the room, I have some chemical sensitivities that can cause severe allergic reactions. So after a few minutes, I knew I was going to have to move from that room. I called to let the front desk know that, went back down, explained what the issue was again, and gave them a solution, very simple solution that would take care of the situation. Long story short, it took from approximately 11:15 until almost 6 o'clock that evening for me to get into my room. It was humiliating. I patiently waited for a couple of hours before I went back and asked if the room was ready. And then I was repeatedly told, we're working on it, we're working on it. There was an employee there in the very beginning who heard the conversation and advised her coworker that there was a floor in the hotel that was sort of hyperallergenic. During that time, every time the person would come back, they would have more people with them waiting for me as an angry Black woman to erupt, and then they would take their actions. Well, it is these types of things that cause Black people to become angry, cause us to go through trauma, um, to feel that we are being treated less than, not giving opportunities. I've dealt with this all my life. I heard the word trauma related to race a couple of years ago, and it was an aha, exhaling moment to be vindicated, to understand that yes, what I feel and what I deal with is real. Um, my children, I have watched them have to deal with this, and that's traumatic, having to fight for them. I don't want my grandchildren to have to feel this. I don't want my children to have to constantly be traumatized watching their children be traumatized. I don't want to be called an angry Black woman just because I want to be treated the way every human being deserves to be treated, with respect and dignity. I want to be given the opportunities that white people have and that they don't even think about when they get out of bed in the morning, how they're going to have to interact with the world. Folks, you don't understand, and you need to pay attention, and you need to start speaking up when you see and hear situations where Black people are not being treated fairly, not being given opportunities that we deserve just as human beings. Going to the grocery store, watching the clerks to see which one may give me an issue or not treat me the way I want to be treated. You know, listening to make sure that you're getting the same specials and in a department store that may be running specials where the people in front of you may get the coupon, but then you don't get offered that coupon unless you speak to it. This needs to stop. Not getting jobs, being killed just because we're Black, and every day having to live with that. That's trauma. Every day of your life. It's wrong, needs to stop. Thank you. That was 5 minutes. Ooh, that's hard. I thought that would be easy.